Okay, we've got about 5 minutes to market open on Tuesday, March 10th. So let's do some quick markdowns and get some things cleaned up here, get a bias, and get ready to trade for the day. Just going to clear out some of these. All right, looks like we had a pretty flat trading over the evening. Right now, I'm thinking we had an upsurge in the market. We might be headed into an uptrend. Um, so I'm thinking we're probably looking at a bit of a market manipulation down below London lows here, maybe even taking out Asian and then a move up. So that's going to be my initial assessment, just a super quick one at this point. But again, market does what market wants to do. So we're going to see what kind of price action it gives us. Looks like we had a pretty good overall move for the day yesterday. So we have a lot of really good targets on the north end of these particular um, on this particular bit of price action here. So that's what we're going to mark off first. Come on, there we go. And that's just my overall assessment at this point with 3 minutes to market open. The goal here is to assess these relatively quickly and be able to move when the market does. I've got no opening opening bias other than to say it's going to come down and move up, and I think I'm just going to wait for that move on this one. I'm not going to rush anything there. Okay, looking good. Yeah, so this right here is just showing an uptrend, and we have a little bit of sideways here up. We have a pullback, didn't quite make these lows, and then a move back up. So we might get a little bit of a manipulation here and then a move up. We had a bit of sideways during the night. So that's going to be my initial assessment. Let's take a quick look at the 1 hour, see if there's anything I'm missing here. Definitely an uptrend. In fact, we could just see this go as a continuation. Um, so I'm just going to mark off a couple more areas here. We have a low and a high. So that's going to get marked out. And that looks pretty good. Move to the 1 hour here. Again, definitely an uptrend. We do have one area here. Oh, okay, we got market opening here in actually in about 3 seconds here. Okay, we have market open. I'm going to go ahead and bring the 15-minute into play here. There we go. Okay, we have this huge fair value gap here on the 15 minute that we're looking at testing. Um, just looking to see if there's any SMT divergence going on. Not really anything. Everything's looking pretty good. So, all right, just sit tight and see how our bias plays out. Make this a little longer here. Let's see if we have any. Yeah, we got nothing there. Okay. We're just going to chill. There's nothing, it's not showing us anything just yet. We have had a move down, downtrend on the 5 minute, back to an uptrend. So at the very least, we're going to need some kind of pullback here because this is a continuation currently. Um, but we're going to need some kind of pullback to even see if this is, if we get confirmation on this continuation, which it looks like, you know, it's possible something in the pre-market. Maybe we had our little bit of dip there, but I still think there's more manipulation to go on here. So we're sitting tight. We've got to let the market tell us what it wants to do. And right now, there's nothing giving us that confirmation. Fix my hair while we're at it. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Oof. These hair ties are brutal. Okay. At some point, I might go live with these. I don't know. S&P falls 1 point? What? Oh my God. There we go. Now we're getting some market manipulation here. We're sitting tight here. There's nothing to look at just yet. Excuse me. If we get a breakage structure to the downside, then maybe targeting London lows on this manipulation would be worthwhile entry. But right now everything's holding pretty strong on Nasdaq. Nasdaq has seemed to be the more aggressive and stronger indice on this one. Thinking if we get a break of structure, probably below this level right here, maybe take a quick scalp, a short headed toward London lows, just as part of the manipulation, because we are looking a little sideways and we are starting to get a bit of an SMT divergence here. Break of structure here even. Break of structure on these lows. There we go. No, whole lot of sideways. Nothing just yet, boys and girls. Nothing just yet. We got to let some price action give us some development here and see if there's a setup. But I'm not seeing anything. Technically, we're still in bullish order flow on the 5 minute. Especially on NASDAQ, S&P. Trying a little bit of a sorta kinda in SMT. Sorta kinda, but not anything for offer any confirmation. And again, we're just so early into the day that now on the 15 minute we were in bearish flow, which is opposite of the 15 minute. So the 15 minute is a little more dominant. However, we're very close to having a break of structure on the 15 minute. Very close. We're teasing. S&P not so much. S&P is still bearish. Came out, took out New York highs, and then reversed. So technically, we're still in bearish order flow. Technically. Although we are due for a flow break of structure here. And if we do get it on the 15 minute, then we'll take a look and we'll see if we get confirmation and this is actually going to do something. I get the feeling it wants to. Americans are very bullish right now, and we have tons of targets on the upside. Not so much on the downside. Plus, we have this fair value gap on the 15-minute that's been tested twice already, even a little bit a third time. So, and we're still in the first 15-minute candle of the day. So, it's not telling us much at the moment. I'm just going to sit tight. We'll pop down to the 5-minute and see. Okay. Not quite a break of structure on the 5-minute, but close. We are headed that way. Could take a quick scalp here if once this candle closes out. I'm going to go ahead and take the short. Could be wrong here, but actually I'd like to take a second contract, but it won't let me. So I'm just going to have to ride this one out. Now we'll have something where we'll have the manipulation and then, something turning back. But for now, I think we're targeting London lows right now. No, this is not going my way. Might get stopped out here. Yeah, probably going to get stopped out. I thought the manipulation was going to be toward London, and it probably still is, but I think I got in at a bad place. I think the break of structure was actually further on the 1-minute. further up, probably more like right in here or even right in here. I think I got in at a bad spot, so we'll just have to see. I mean, I still believe there's going to be a manipulation down to London lows, but hey, I've been wrong before. I think if we get a break of structure to the upside on this 1 minute, we're probably going to be best getting out of it. Yeah. Yep. It's going to be time to get out. I don't know. Man, this thing is just crazy. It's just crazy where it's floating around. No, I'm in it now, so. This was kind of a speculative guess here, so not a very smart move because there wasn't really a good indicator for this. So if I get stopped out, I deserve it. But I still think that manipulation wants to take out those London lows. S&P seems more realistic to do it. I don't know if the Nasdaq's going to. Ooh, a lot of sideways chop though. And we are showing an SMT to the downside. So I'm just floating in no man's land right here. Yep, was hoping to take a quick scalp and it's just playing around. So I think it's just trying to shake out a lot of the nervous players, and I'm certainly becoming one of them. I'm just going to have to stay patient and stick with my plan. Hmm. Yeah, it's just playing around with me. I'm close to being stopped out here if I don't get this to fall. It's starting to wedge. So now will be the moment of truth. Price action's getting narrower and narrower. So okay, it looks like it's starting to break to the low end on Nasdaq out of the wedge, but S&P is holding. Okay, we're starting to see a little break out of the wedge there. There we go. Things are looking better on the 5 minute. Definitely had to break a structure on the 5 minute, so that's probably some pretty good confirmation. All right, so London lows are my target. I'm going to get out with a positive number here. I think it's still going to go to London lows, but I think I've played my I think I've played around with this trade enough to not want to keep watching it bounce around at my number. I'm just going to let it do its manipulation and then chill, wait for a better setup. Because that was not a smart setup. I mean, I may be predicting price movement accurately, but I don't have the patience to sit around and, absorb the kind of risk tolerance that I did. I mean, that thing had me down, pretty damn close to $500 at one point, which is right to where my max loss would be for the day, and almost got stopped out. So, yeah, staying patient helped because I was ultimately proven correct that we're headed towards London lows. We still haven't actually flushed them out yet. So, I mean, could we get there? Absolutely. But I'm just, yeah, see, there we go. Now we're getting there. But I didn't have the patience to watch this bounce around. I think the liquidity sweep is right there at London and Asian. Um, you know, maybe a break of structure on Nasdaq we could continue down, but I'm just not I'm just not feeling that right now. I don't have the psychology, the risk tolerance for that. It's playing around down there. It's basically just shaking out the early ones. I mean, we're barely 30 minutes into the day. And right now it's just playing around with people's emotions. I think the liquidity sweep is there. We just got to wait for more. There's just not enough to go by. Maybe once we get the liquidity sweep, we can look for a setup going more bullish. Um, yeah, I don't really see that we would have a, I don't know, the manipulation up and then a continuation down. Sure, that's possible. But the way price action is moving, I don't think we're going to see anything until we get a definitive move down into London lows. That's going to be the thing. So I guess I could have waited this out and picked up a couple hundred more dollars, but I'm technically in the money today, so I'm okay. Okay, so now I'm seeing a pretty good setup here on the 5 minute on NASDAQ. Possibility here. We've tagged London lows. So now we're looking, we've met our sweep. Let me go to the 5 minute over here and see if there's something we can look at here. Yeah, we got a little fair value gap right here. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that out. So this is good. Okay, so we've got an ever so slight fair value gap right here. Oops. And we've got another one right here. So now what we're looking for is inversing this fair value gap. We inverse this fair value gap, we can start looking for longs. So we wait for this candle to finish. We got our sweep on London lows on the S&P. NASDAQ was refusing to do that. So we give this candle some time to work its way out and then just kind of see what market gives us. So that's the possibility I'm seeing right there. We have ourselves basically a bullish SMT right here to here, and here to here. We've had our break of structure. Now we're just looking for inverse fair value gap and then maybe a break of structure from there. So we just let this play out, see what it gives us. NASDAQ seems a little stronger on the bullish side of things, so I might go and trade NASDAQ on this one. It's got the more favorable fair value gap as well. So yeah, this is looking good. I like the way the price action is playing out on this one. We're starting to get a little more aggressive with the price action now that we've seen a liquidity sweep. And we might just be confirming that liquidity sweep right at the moment, maybe pulling NASDAQ into it, and I'm okay with that. Because we get this sharp turn down, we have a very good chance at getting a sharp turn back up, and that's the playground we're going to want to play in. All right, while that's goofing around, we also got to be careful with our profit targets here too. So we are 181. All right, so we're going to be somewhere in the 400 ranges where we got to cap out. 400 to 450. So we got to be careful about how we take our profit on this one as well once we do get an entry. So okay, we're looking pretty good here. Just a few seconds left on this 5 minute candle, and then we can start looking at the possibility for the inverse fair value gap. Which I might have drawn prematurely now that I think about it. So let's get rid of that. Because these got a little too excited. All right, let's let this close and then we can do it. All right, so no fair value gap, or very little. There we go. All right, so now on this one, we can move this up. There we go. All right. So we inverse this fair value gap, which is what I think we're going to do. And then we can move down to the 1 minute and look for a trade. Because it's already starting to rocket back up. And if we miss it, we miss it. And it is what it is. Although I do need a little more profit in order to make this a profitable day for a take. So hopefully I don't get stuck in a place where I have to take a trade I would rather not. which is, I'm already talking myself through a bad thing here. All right, so we're pushing past the fair value gap here. Look at that market action. Wow, that's crazy. Yep. All you people who wanted to take an early trade on that fair value gap, you're all getting freaked out right now. The market is playing with you. Stay patient. Stay patient. Matter of fact, let's take a look at the 15-minute and see. Okay. We still got bullish market structure on the, yeah, we still got bullish market structure on the 15-minute. As weird as that sounds to say. Yeah, as weird as that sounds to say. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. And we have so got a bullish SMT forming on the 15-minute. So we're gonna stay patient because I think the confluences we're looking at are going to be giving us what we want. We just need some confirmations. The setup looks pretty good. So oh yeah, guys, if you got in on a long once it passed that fair value gap, oh my God, you guys are getting eaten up right now. That's why you got to be patient. Don't take that trade. I wouldn't even take the trade right now because right now confluences are proving us wrong, even though we've got that SMT. Wow, that's crazy. Definitely in a downtrend on the 5-minute, even though we're still looking at an uptrend on the 15-minute. So, and we've got that SMT. So at this point, this is all market manipulation right now. You've got the market makers totally playing with you, totally playing with you. Anybody trying to take a long off those London lows, they're just getting chewed up right now. Look at that. So NASDAQ decides to go ahead and manipulate those London lows. Very close to it. Got a few seconds left. S&P goes back down below. Hard. All right. So we are in sit tight mode. Sit tight. Oh, look at you. Maybe now take a long. You're risking it. Let's see what the 1-minute's doing here. Okay, we got a place where we got an inverse fair value gap right here. So maybe we get a good inverse fair value gap right here. We could take a long on a reversal. Telling you, the market's playing with you. Loves to play with you. Hmm. There might not be another entry yet today. Okay, definitely inverse that gap, and we're in bearish flow right now. But on the 15-minute, we're still in bullish. So that gives me the impression that we are still in manipulation right now. And we still got this SMT right here that's showing we're going to be, that's a bullish SMT right there on the 5-minute. So I'm going to go back here and just wait for this fair value gap to get inversed, and then that would be a good entry. That's my target. That's my thoughts on that. This 1-minute right here. We've already got a break of structure to the upside on the 1-minute here. And we do here as well with another fair value gap here. So both of them have the same fair value gap. There we go. I'm really feeling along here. Might want that to come down just to get a better entry where my stop loss can be down on those London lows. Because we do have that break of structure. Okay, that's actually better right there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take the long. And my stop will be down here. Ah, shit. I should have taken the long further up. Whoa. Oh, this could end badly. This could end badly. Damn. If we break London lows here, then I'm screwed. Ah, man. I think I'm liquidity. That sucks. Yep, I'm liquidity. Well, it touched my stop, so I'm either stupid or I'm genius. I don't know. I think for people that set their stops at those London lows, I think that I think that swept them out. That was liquidity. I still got in at a bad spot, but what the hell? That's not good. Why are we stuck? Why are we stuck? What's going on? Hello? Oh, for crying out loud. What the hell was that? Nothing good? Ay, ay, ay. I don't know what the hell that was, but that was very nerve wracking. All right, I'm on the backside of a very bad trade here. No, I just got to stay patient. Swept London lows on S&P. We touched them on NASDAQ. By all accounts, this should be running more bullish, but then again, could be wrong. Could be very, 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 very wrong. Got this fair value gap that I really was testing, and yeesh. Oh, okay, now we're starting to run up, so now I got to be careful on the other side. 450. Okay, I'm out. Well, that was interesting. All right, 580. That's good. Okay, I'm okay with that. Nearly 600 and then 665. Okay, we're staying there. I'm done for the day. Um, between 560 and 660, there's a $100 range right in there. That should be okay. It was kind of harrowing, and I think we are. I mean, I'm going to switch to paper because I want to test this. I want to test this trade. Oops. There. Okay, and as soon as we inverse this fair value gap, I'm getting in. So it'll be on this one here. Be right there. If that inverses, I'm in. And I'm in hard. Full pour, baby. Okay, I'm in. Okay. And my take profit is, whoops. And my take profit is going to be right here. So that's my take profit, and that's my stop. Okay. So there we go. We're going to let that one play out. That'll go bouncing around all over the place. So I'm just going to let that go. But for now, and I'll look at that one later. Because on the paper account, I just want to know that my original entry and what I'm looking to do is going to be in a better spot. Ah, it'd be nice to have some real cash to work with this. You know, I could make one of the take profits right here with the other two up there. Let's do this. Yeah, we'll just close that out. This is fine. And just full port it and let it run. All right. All right, boys and girls. So we are up 580. Is that what we are on the other one? Let's go to my other broker real quick. And we're up 580 and 98 cents. I like that. 580 and 98 cents. Good. Okay. Well, let's go back to paper. 580 and 98 cents. Where am I at? Get a pen and write this down. I don't really have a notepad, do I? These pens, they get dried out. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's way down. To put some more ink in there soon. There we go. There we go. Nope. Nope, we don't. Son of a gun. I don't have anything I can wick it with. Ew! Getting ink all over me. Not what I wanted. Oh, all right, I'm just going to have to remember it. I got to go clean this pen up. All right. Sit tight, boys and girls. We are just about an hour on this video. Price action's moving. I got to go clean up my hands here. All right. For any of y'all looking for a good straight up
alcohol cleanup. By the way, that's the best way to clean ink off your fingers. Yay! Good alcohol wipe. But if you don't have actual alcohol wipes, you can get these lens wipes. Should put the link in the description below, right? Get those lens wipes, and they actually smell like a doctor's office, which smells like rubbing alcohol because they are constantly cleaning everything. That's a great way to clean ink off your hands, which unfortunately doesn't always come off. That's kind of a bummer. But I can also clean up my pen at this time. Whoop. And work on getting a bleed. Now that's what happens when you don't take care of your fountain pens. They'll dry out on you, and ink gets clogged in there. And the only way to fix that is to run it with hot water or slight alcohol dip, and that'll pull it out. Ooh, got a sneeze coming. All right. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to call it there for now. You can clearly see that the movement is going in the direction I am anticipating. I am looking for it now that we've had our manipulation, that we're going to be heading toward London highs. That's really the goal. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. This might still have a little bit of jump around and movement, but we're gonna let it do its thing. I think we're moving higher than London highs, but just when that's going to happen, I'm not sure. And I've got a really good ratio here. I think I've got a 2 to 1. What did it say I had? $712 ticks. Leverage. Yeah, 2.24 to 1. So 2.25 to 1. That's a real good risk reward on that. So, all right, we'll let that one play out. I'm going to get the video set up for today's day. A good day, a little harrowing. I can't honestly say that I took really good trades. The best trade was this one right here that I'm playing out now. That's the one I really wanted to be able to take. But again, I'm playing with profit amounts that are a little bit smaller because of the rules, and trying to get to the point where I can take my first actual real money draw on these accounts. So in any event, we'll just keep plugging away here, and I need 3 more profitable days to be able to take a draw, and we'll see how that plays out. So until next time, y'all be good, trade smart, be disciplined, and we will see you on the next one.